What's going on, everybody? It's ETAPRIME back here again. This is going to be kind of a quick one, but I wanted to get it out of the way. Recently, OneXPlayer announced their upcoming OneXPlayer Mini Pro, and this thing looks absolutely amazing. Now, if you're not familiar with OneXPlayer, they've actually been in the X86 handheld market for a long time now. They originally started out with Intel chips, then moved over to AMD, and now we've got a really powerful Ryzen 7 6800U in the new Mini Pro, and I'm super excited about this, because that's not the only thing that's changed with this new unit. They've also added some really welcome features here when it comes to their handhelds, and I've always been a big fan of these OneXPlayer handhelds. We just needed a little more power. Mainly for those AAA games, a lot of this stuff would handle emulation quite well, but with the new Pro having that Ryzen 7 6800U, you can bet that we're going to see some really great AAA gaming performance and emulation performance out of this new machine. So along with the more powerful chip in the Mini Pro, we also get Hall sensor joysticks here. This is something that a lot of manufacturers have been adding. Really awesome feature. We don't have to worry about stick drift anymore. This uses a magnetic field instead of a physical connection. It's actually all over the place right now, but it's definitely a welcome addition to the OneXPlayer line. It's also going to have a 6-axis gyro. Now, I'm not a huge fan of using gyro for any kind of games, but this can definitely come in handy, or somebody who loves to use the gyro for their AAA games. This will have it built in right out of the box. This is also going to be utilizing the new OneXPlayer Game Center, and this is going to come in really handy. Fully adjustable TDP on the CPU side and the GPU. So with a lot of these apps that we've seen, we only really get CPU control, but with this we should also see GPU TDP control, and this is really going to help out with battery life and just getting your games running how you want them to run. Lots of tunability here with the Game Center. They've also added a little bit of RGB here, and I really do like what they've done here. Now, it's not around the analog sticks, but right there where your palm rests, we're going to have fully controllable RGB lights, and I do think that this is going to look really good. I've seen a few videos of different lighting effects that we can add here right there on the palms, and I think what they've done here looks absolutely amazing. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of RGB, but having a little bit of it in the right place does go a long way. We've also got a full rundown on the specs we're going to have with this unit. So like we mentioned, we've got that Ryzen 7 6800U, 8 cores, 16 threads, up to 4.7 gigahertz. Definitely a great performer. And really what makes this awesome is the new iGPU. This is based on RDNA 2, and they're calling it the Radeon 680M. On the channel, I've done extensive testing on this APU. It's definitely one of my favorite mobile APUs right now, and it can definitely perform when it's set up correctly. And when it comes down to it, having faster RAM always helps out with these integrated graphics. So with this, they've added LPDDR5 RAM at 6400 MHz. They're going to be offering two different models. You can pick this up with 16 gigabytes of RAM or 32. To tell you the truth, 32 is definitely going to be overkill. We've got vibration motors built in, gyroscope, RGB lighting. We've got a 7-inch IPS display at 1920 by 1200. It's an IPS panel, sRGB 100% with 350 nits of brightness. And by the way, yes, this is a touch panel with up to 10 points of touch. A 48 watt-hour battery, a 2280 M.2 SSD, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.0, and this is going to come in right there at 599 grams. So it's not super light, but given the form factor here, I think this should be a nice sturdy little handheld device. I've personally always liked the OneXPlayer Mini, and with this we do get a few extra features like that RGB. So if they keep in that same form factor, I think this is going to be pretty awesome. So overall, this could definitely turn out to be a great little handheld, and we do have a little more information over here. One thing I'm really excited about seeing is the new Game Center from OneXPlayer. I can't wait to see what kind of features we have built in there. We do have dual front-facing stereo speakers with this, and up to 65 watt quick charging on that 48 watt-hour battery we have built in. But one thing I love seeing with these upcoming AMD handhelds is USB 4.0. Might not sound like much to some people, but this does support Thunderbolt eGPU docks. So we've got an awesome handheld that can handle a lot of games really well in handheld mode on battery power. But when you get to where you're going and you want to up the resolution and the settings on your favorite AAA games, you can plug this directly into an external GPU, and as long as your GPU can handle it, this can be turned into a full 4K gaming machine. We've got plenty of CPU power. It really comes down to what GPU you're going to be using over that USB 4 port. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully I can get my hands on one a little early so we can take a look at everything on this unit. They're also going to be offering a few different new accessories specifically for the Mini Pro. And by the way, this is up for pre-order right now over on their website. I'll leave a link for that in the description if you're interested in learning more. But I'd like to know your thoughts on the new OneXPlayer Mini Pro. Is this something you're thinking about getting? Are you going to hold off and wait till the next generation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. And like always, thanks for watching.